Like we're heading to extra time, but there's still 5 minutes to play here, Mark. And by all means, there could be more chances. Still in the box, and it's another goal! And it's Andre Cole, the hero for Croydon! We thought it was over, but it's not over, and Croydon look like they're going to go all the way to the win.
We can't say that now.
Here goes Yuki Sasaki into the area. Penagaris, Chrissy Penagaris. Adelaide Comets have taken the lead.
Falcon there, but it leaves Owen Windsor. And a third for Metro Stars.
Here's Emma Ryan. She's not one of them because she's from Darwin. The shot from DeCola. Oh! Lily DeCola scores in the cup final again and wins it for West Adelaide. Oh, as the ball cuts back here to Odenwalder. And James Odenwalder scores. He makes it 2-0 for West Adelaide on the day.
I bet he was going to be Travella if he puts one in. He goes himself instead. And it's still Soy Sakani. It's unbelievable, David, as well. And that one is definitely going to be credited to him.
Will have to be chased down by Rapawano. He'll put in a cross of his own. Hobbs wasn't able to capture it. It's in! It's not the one that seals up the Atletico promotion.
I got the skills to make the girls sing, and the geezers too. Yeah, we're doing this thing.
Yes, hello, welcome to One Game at a Time. It is Tuesday, the 25th of August. I'm Seb O'Neill, as always, joined by my three regular co-hosts. My question for this week, starting with Mr. David Grant. What's your favourite letter of the alphabet?
A.
Okay. Mark Talbot, what is your favourite letter of the alphabet?
T.
Very nice. Alessio, for you, your favourite letter?
I'd say A as well.
Oh, same answers. What
a coincidence.
What a great question to start the episode. Yes, another week, plenty to go through. Of course, finals very much in full swing. But as always, we'll start off with our picks. And David, we'll start with you.
All right. I was going to tell you a little bit. Sorry to go on and on about Scotland every week, but Dundee and Dundee United, when they play each other in the Premier League, those two grounds are separated only by 200 metres or so. So a number of Australians playing in that derby through this season will be making what's known as the short walk. So the team bus doesn't leave from the stadium and drive 200 metres down the road to the other stadium. The squads of players meet at their stadium and then walk to the away ground. There's a little bit of footage that maybe Seb will bring up just now. So a little bit of a quirky thing that happens over there. The short walk, there's the Dundee players making their way 200 metres down the road from their stadium to Dundee United's ground for the Dundee derby. So I'm looking forward to seeing some Australians make that pilgrimage. Who are the Dundee United players again? Hang on a second.
Daniel Benny, Zach Sapsford, Josh Rose, and Lachlan Rose.
Yes, that's it. So you'll see them doing the short walk. So that's my first pick. And then what I thought I'd do is just do a little bit of a dip into the non-federation leagues, because they're coming to a conclusion in the next couple of weeks. They've got a couple of games left to play. Some of them have actually got more because of cancellations and so on. But I thought we'd look firstly at Women's Community Division 1. Pembroke Old Scholars have played 16 games in that league. They are 4 points clear of Flinders United in second, Bosa in third, and East Adelaide, who are traditionally a very strong side in that division, sitting in fourth. So Pembroke Old Scholars have 2 games left. They play Flinders United this weekend in what will be Flinders' last game, but Pembroke's penultimate game of the season, and a win in that one for Pembroke Old Scholars will ensure that they win the Women's Community Division 1 this year. Next one I've got for you is the SASL, so the Amateur League Sunday Premier League, where Para Hills West have won the league there. Have they won the league? They're 6 points clear, and they've
won the
3
league.
games to play.
Yep.
I thought they'd won the league, but they're 6 points clear, but they still have 3 games to play, 16, 17, 18. They certainly announced it in social media, didn't they? I'm a bit confused by that. That's right, there was 30 points. Oh, well, let's just say they did win the league, because that's what was announced anyway. Para Hills East, who will become a familiar team for us next year, because they have gained elevation, if you like, if that's the right term, from the top of the Amateur League into State League to North they'll go into next year. So Para Hills East will be doing that. And then quickly on to the Saturday one. Modbury Jets on 36 points there. They're top of Saturday Premier League in the amateurs. They're 2 points clear of South Coast United. Bosa sitting third, Old Ignatians fourth, Pitbulls are fifth, and Croydon Cougars make up their top 6. Not that they have a final series in the amateurs. It's good old-fashioned traditional football. They have a cup for knockout stuff, and they have a league for league stuff. So, but interestingly enough, of interest maybe to you guys and the community listening to this particular focus programme is Sturt Marion Thunder sitting down there in 8th. So that's a team that will be entering State League 2 South next year. And at the bottom of the table there, Adelaide Pumas, with just 1 win this year. Maybe they should think about sacking the coach. He's a friend of the podcast, I'm allowed to say it.
Can you go back to
Adelaide,
the table? How does half of them play the same team next?
because there's catch-up games. So a few of them have only played 14. Sturt Marion have actually only played 13. So a bunch of them have got catch-up games. So, yeah, so I think that's why a few of them have got similar opponents. We see it sometimes in our Fed comp stuff as well. So, yeah, but just a little roundup of the I suppose we call it non-league football, wouldn't we, if we were living in overseas, the non-league football comp.
I'm just waiting to see when Adelaide play their next derby. I want to see them do the walk. I mean, it's only a short walk to Melbourne.
To Rectangular Stadium.
Alessio, we'll go on to you next.
Yeah, I guess first I'll talk about some coaching changes and re-signings, as well as some players re-signings as well. Of course, Campbelltown doing some of their departure videos for their coaches, Mary and I think it's Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. and obviously I was at the Campbelltown women's game on the weekend. And I believe, as we had her on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, Anna Pritchard was her last game. She got chaired off in that game as well. Fantastic career, and a very unfortunate way to end it with an own goal and an elimination final loss. But she's had a fantastic career and wrote another chapter at Campbelltown, brought them to a stage they probably wouldn't have expected in their first year back, and then as well getting back to the final series as well this year was a big one for them. An interesting one that came across my feed, I think it was today or a couple of days ago as well. I remember seeing a post was Eastern United and their junior training ground in Athelston, Max Amber Reserve. So obviously we don't know all the details. This is coming from one side's perspective, but they were obviously trying to get an artificial pitch for Max Amber Reserve, and it was turned down by the council, and that had backed 50% by the state government. And now that it's been passed upon, that miss out on that grant. And if they want to try this again for another application, it's going to cost the ratepayers double because they're not going to get that funding from the grant. I've seen it quite a few times in a lot of the juniors, a lot of clubs complaining at the moment, fair enough, about pitch postponements, games. And I thought, to be honest, with the amount of artificial pitches there are now, that would not be the case. But clearly there's a lot of junior games playing and that are getting cancelled still, and a lot of grounds that don't have the capacity to have so many games on those weekends. And maybe it's something I have to look more into to get those grants for each ground to have an artificial place to play their games. But yeah, definitely an interesting one because especially for the smaller clubs where the facilities are not as vast as MPL teams, like talk about Campbelltown, they have about 5 or 6 pitches in that one facility. Adelaide City, I know, obviously have the artificial and the grass next to each other, plus all that in the city. And for some of these other grounds who have to try and share with other teams, I think there's probably an Athelston amateur team that trains there as well, maybe.
There is.
So obviously they're trying to make the facilities better, trying to improve them. I'm pretty sure the change rooms there got upgraded not long ago, and they have a footy oval down the road, which got upgraded massively. And they still don't want it. It's cheaper for them, the councils. So I don't know why they would turn it down. Obviously, there is probably some impacts with trees and environment kind of stuff they have to look about. But we've seen it work in tighter circumstances like at Corinna. So, hopefully it's not long before Eastern can get something for their juniors too.
No, absolutely. Mark, finally to you.
My pick of the week is the Junior Matilda squad for their upcoming training squad thing was selected, and we had 2 young SA girls selected in Sienna Calvanese and Maeve Nicholas, both making the Junior Matilda squad, which is fantastic for SA because we're still producing players that can be selected for those squads. So congratulations to those 2. It is great news to see that our programs here in SA continue to, I don't want to use the word churn out players, but they continue to produce top quality players across the boys and girls. So awesome news there.
Absolutely, yes. Those 2, including, as you said, Maeve Nicholas, who was on co-commentary with Paul Marcachitti on the weekend. So of many talents is Maeve Nicholas, of course, with the A-League team with Adelaide United as well. So really, really good to see. Oh, that's a knock at the door, surprisingly. I'm shocked. It's coming from the Alessio Carocci direction.
Yeah, I'll see who it is.
Wow.
Off he goes.
Oh, I never know who it's going to be every single week. Who is it, Alessio?
Well, fancy I'm wearing this jacket because it's the 2 Sturt Lions superstars, Anika and Skye Taka.
Gosh. Oh.
Yes, welcome on.
It's actually Anika.
Oh, apologies. Thank you both for coming on the show. My first question, as always, to all of our guests, take us through both of your footballing journeys up until now.
Okay, so I guess we have the exact same journey. We actually started playing soccer when we were 14, pretty late. We started at South Adelaide, and then we went to NTC for a year, and then we went to Bacala for a bit, and then we went back home to South Adelaide, where we had 2 seasons, and then we made the switch to Sturt Lions and won the league. That's it.
Well, I guess that follows perfectly into my next question. It also was a viewer question, so I'll put this in from Gracie Styles. The greatest thing about being a champion for the two of you.
Oh, okay. I would have to say biting the medal. Like when I got that medal, and I was like, I bit it. It was different feeling. Like it was awesome. And then I can't lie, the celebrations at Corinna after. It was just like it was just a beautiful day. It's just a great feeling being a champion. I can't stop thinking about it. It just feels really good flexing on everyone else in the league. It keeps me up at night.
And of course, I guess last one from me, Skye, you finished as the Golden Boot winner as well. How did that feel?
Well, I wasn't expecting to win the Golden Boot award because I was a bit lower, and then all of a sudden I scored a bunch of hat tricks, overtook and won the Golden Boot. So, I mean, to win it, I felt like really excited, and I was thankful for my teammates because Izzy B, she kept assisting me, and I was scoring tap-ins, and I was what? Yeah, that's all.
No, absolutely. Mark, I'll go on to you.
Well, my question's actually aimed at both of you. So the first one is, what was the motivation behind leaving Souths this year to go play at Sturt? And then the follow-on from that is, what are those differences between Sturt and Souths? And I'm not talking about on the field, because obviously there's a big difference there, obviously. And as in one, you guys finished top, they finished bottom, but off the field, around the club and things like that.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay. So we pretty much moved houses. Like we used to live down south, and then we moved to Blackwood. So Corinna's like 5 minutes away from our house, and we saw like Sturt were doing really good, and they almost won the league in 2025. So we were like, maybe it could be a good club. So we went there, like trained with them, and we really liked the vibe. You know, we didn't want to leave South. We were obviously really upset because we loved all the girls and the vibe there, but we just thought we'll make the move. It is like pretty different, South Adelaide to Sturt, because at Sturt we like you go. I forgot what I was saying. Go. Well, why was it different? There's just the culture's different, I guess. I don't know. We just saw that they were a bit more advanced, so we were like, yeah, we'll make the move. There was a bunch of different reasons that, like, we have a lot of mates here as well. Orhan Kibar. Yeah. He's our friend, and he was like, come to Sturt, so we just said sure. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. What was your time like in the FSA program, the NTC? What was that like? Because I'm assuming you would have played under Michele Listella there, but what was that time like for you girls?
We had like an excellent experience at state. It was we improved a lot as players, and the coaching was amazing. We actually were in the reserves, so we had Cristiano and Gary, but we made lots of friends, and we had the best possible experience. We had a great experience. It was awesome. It was so fun. Improvement. It was so good. Yeah.
Lastly, Seb sort of touched on it a little bit in and what was it like winning the title, but you've got players that spend their life trying to win titles, to be honest, and you've managed to knock it off by the time you're 18. A lot of players would love to be able to do that. What's that feeling like, knowing that you've still got a whole career ahead of you? You've already smashed one title out the window. You've got it. What's the next steps for you girls to then take the next step? Like I said, you've got a whole career ahead of you still, and you've already won one title. So what's next for the sisters?
It was an amazing feeling winning that title, and what's next is I just want to tear it up in the NPL, and I want to win another title in the future. Probably won't happen soon because the NPL is a very, very good league, but I just want to I'm going to give it my best shot in NPL and try and win as much as I can next year. Yeah, I think we kind of different though because Skye is like, I'm sorry, but she's a bit better than me. So I think we play different. No, she's a bit more better than me. So I think next year my goal will be to try and break into the first team because I don't know if I'll I just want to try my hardest to be in the NPL squad. But the feeling of winning at 18 is an insane feeling, being surrounded by a lot of older people in our team. Anika and I were really supported. Louise, Jazz, a bunch of older players. They helped us get there too. And me and Anika were just the piece in the puzzle. Yeah. It was pretty much everyone else. We were just the glue. Mm-hmm. No, not even. We were just, I don't know what
Michael, from you?
That's all from me, Seb.
Alessio?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. Obviously, you guys, as we've mentioned plenty of times in the show, quite young. So who were some of your idols growing up or some of the players that even playing now that are the ones you look up to?
This is easy question. Go. Wait, do you want to say it at the same time? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. My brothers. Brothers, yeah. Yeah. Our brothers. So we have brothers who used to play competitively, and they're pretty much the whole reason we even started playing soccer. They were always my idols. They've played soccer my whole life. They have trained us every single night since I was a kid. They have came to every single one of my games. Got kicked out for cheering. Always getting kicked out. They're really good at soccer as well. They're excellent. Yeah. But then I'd obviously have to say the GOAT Ronaldo. Yeah, Nika thinks Ronaldo as well. Yeah. But like my brothers were like the foundation to my whole career. They're the reason that I really want to play and become the best version of myself. Yeah. But they're my it's just mainly my brothers. Yeah. They're my idols. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, we've seen twins play together before. We've seen siblings play together as well. How important was it for when you made the move to Sturt that you were both able to get into the squad and play at the same club? And do you think that in the future, if you do move or if you do stay, you want to stay together?
Oh, that's a big question. It was very, very important, and we were so happy that we got to play together because Anika sits in the midfield and she sends me these beautiful balls, and it's the twin thing. We have this connection, and for a bit I couldn't play without Anika. Like I was lost without her. So it was hard when she near the end of the season. Yeah, last 6 games of the season I got benched, so it was really hard. It was really hard for Skye. So I don't know how that's going to go if we ever play apart. We don't want to play. We obviously want to stay together, but it's not always going to be promised that we will be together. Yeah, I guess. But we want to stay together forever, and we want to stay at Skye. We have a connection on the pitch. I love playing with Skye. It's just this twin thing is different. It's undeniable. Mm-hmm. We'll continue to work on it as well. Yeah.
Of course, you guys played against some WMPL teams in the preseason as well in the cup as well. Did you guys find those games quite a lot difficult compared to the state league games you played this year? And what are you kind of expecting for the WMPL next year? Do you think, I guess, defenders will be tighter, it'll be harder? Or do you think your talents haven't been exposed to the NPL level yet, so they're going to have to be ready for you?
Oh, they're going to be ready for me. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The level is much more harder in NPL. I've watched lots of games. It's going to be a very hard challenge, but go. Well, so we versed West Adelaide WMPL. Oh my gosh, someone is calling me. We versed WMPL West Adelaide. Freaking Liam Scapara. Okay, go. Sorry. We versed West Adelaide in the WMPL. I assisted Skye twice. And she scored on them twice. Mm-hmm. It was a good game. I'd say the level was very intense. Everyone was on cue. Everything was more like this. West Adelaide, they were excellent, but our team went into it with a mentality of we're going to do the best we can today. And I think we shook them up a bit, but they were a really good team. So it was really hard playing against them. Yeah, NPL will be a lot harder than State League, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And I guess that one of the last ones for me, I saw a lot this season that your men's and women's programs can join together for a lot of team nights. And of course, this is one of the first seasons where both your men's and women's will be in NPL and WMPL as well. How much do you think that inter-squad connection has led to you guys having a successful season? And of course, the men that had some successful moments this year and staying up as well.
What I would say is, the senior men and women are really close. We probably the closest I've ever been at a club. We pretty much share everything. We share the gym, we share the change room. Everyone's really respectful. We did the season launch together. I'm pretty sure we've got presentation night. We celebrated winning the league together. They're just very supportive of us, and we support them.
They're really respectful of us. So like they don't. In the past, you have people say, "Oh, they're females. They don't deserve the change room," or stuff like that.
We have heard that
true.
before at past clubs.
And
at Sturt, there's none of that.
Yeah,
it's completely one club. And I don't know, how do you know that we celebrate together?
It pushed us to be better as well. It pushed everyone to be better, because when the whole club is respecting each other, you can feel it and you do notice it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I just saw on the social media some of the events you guys were doing together, and it was good to see that both squads were involved and on that as well. And I guess the last question I ask everybody, I guess it's quite young in your careers so far, but without seeing each other, who's the best players you've played with and against?
With and against.
Okay.
You go
You go first.
This is nerving. Okay. Best player that I've played with. There's too many. I've got to think. Oh my gosh.
Probably worth saying your captain.
Oh, Izzy Barchiesi and Louise.
Short and
Lily Barber.
Lily
Barber.
Barber.
She wins Lily Barber. Lily Barber. That's crazy. Lily Barber. She's unreal. Her movement off the ball is insane. Like, she's
wow.
The 1 second you see her over there, the next there.
I've played with a lot of great players, don't get me wrong. But Lily's, just because she's a good mate, I can talk about her. She flicks it. She does Maradonas. She bangs it top right, top left, both foot, ambidextrous, everything. Great player.
She's got both feet. She's unreal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's absolutely going to love to hear that you've said that. David, finally to you.
It's been an absolute joy to listen to you talk, both of you. You just come across wonderfully. Your enthusiasm is absolutely second to none, and I think it's great that you've just got such a positive attitude. You spoke so well about your brothers as well. I'm about to tear up, I think, an old man like me. But I just wanted, I haven't watched much Women's State League this year. I don't even know what positions you play in. So one of you is a midfielder and one of you is a striker. Is that how it worked this season for you?
I play anywhere on the up front, but mostly right wing and left wing is where, I'm the best in right wing and left wing.
I used to play attack as well, but then when I came to Sturt and halfway through South Adelaide, they played me in the midfield. So now I'm pretty much a midfielder. Yeah.
And you enjoyed playing under Frank Tapaldi. What's he like as a coach? I'll give you a scale. Is he 0 being the worst, or is he 10 being the best?
100,000 million.
10's not enough.
10 does not. Frank.
We don't want to glaze.
No,
we don't want to glaze.
Relax. Just can you tell by our reaction that the whole year we never had a training off.
Frank pushed me to. Frank pushed me to be such a better player. He made us do so many runs. We worked so hard this whole year, and we didn't skip a single training. And he has just been an amazing coach this whole year. He supported us individually and as a whole team as well. He another thing is
that about him and JV as
he's also extremely humble. So the whole year he's like, I think there's a point where we were 8 points clear, and he's like, we have a long way to go. We don't no one celebrate. We have a long way to go. We had one game left, and he's still like, we have a long way to go. So like, he's just like, he told us we can't celebrate until the final whistle blew in the last game, and that's what we did.
And I will never forget, it was pouring down with rain, and we were doing sprints, and I just hear Frank, keep going, Annie, keep going. You're not top of the line. Keep going. And then we were just sprinting.
Yeah, awesome. He's just a great coach. Yeah, that's it.
That's funny because Frank never ran when he was a player. He was a fullback.
Oh, yeah.
I used to play against Frank, so it's all good.
Yeah, really. Was he good?
Actually,
he was a very good fullback. Yeah, very good fullback.
Yeah, he is.
I actually bumped into him at the WSL WNPL playoff, and I did suggest that he comes on with you, but he said, no, those two will be fine by themselves. He said they'll be good.
Wow.
Are you from a footballing family? Like you said, you didn't play football until you were 14. What did you play before that? And did your parents play soccer?
we played netball our whole life.
Yeah.
But we always we played school soccer for a year and then we got into actual club soccer. But
my granddad, he's a diehard Arsenal supporter.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Good work.
he got my brothers into soccer, and then
my brothers have played my whole life, and Anika and I, since we were like 3 or 4, would come to every single game and cheer them on.
we would go in the middle of the circle and
They'd dance
sing.
around us, and we'd be like the mascots every single game.
Yeah.
And then one day,
now they're our mascots.
and then one day they were like, "You guys have to play soccer." So we're like, "Okay, yeah, we will."
So how many brothers have you got? Is it just 2?
I got 2 older brothers, but I also got my brother's best friend, Ethan Harrington.
Who's pretty much our third brother. He comes
All
to
right.
all the
Games as well.
They get kicked out.
They
guys.
get that every single game. They're getting kicked out. Everyone
But
knows it.
yeah, we have 2 older brothers. Yeah.
They had a chant for us. It was like, what was it? They would sing this big.
when the start go marching in, and they would sing on
How I
side.
love to be a lion, and they would sing that every game.
So you mentioned earlier on that some of these brothers have been kicked out for cheering, and I assume that Ethan Harrington, that's the Ethan Harrington that plays in the NPL, is it? Yeah, so but he's a very well behaved lad. I haven't seen him do anything wrong ever, so I'm surprised that he would be kicked out for cheering. Was there more to that story than just cheering you on?
Collateral damage. It's mostly just my brothers.
No.
doing it.
They are not. They are well behaved. They're just literally getting around the sport, but because it's kind of, I guess, rare to see people get around the sport in WSL. I don't agree with anything that the rest are trying to kick them out. Like,
But there's probably been 1 or 2 times where they have, like, one time they grabbed the ball and, like, dropped it or something and threw it away from the team. I get that because they're interfering with the game. They have to be kicked out.
Well, and they're just cheering.
Other times when they're cheering, they cheered the line on one time.
Etho does get pretty crazy, though. He can be rowdy.
Etho gets rowdy.
He can cover it up, but he does get crazy.
He looks innocent. He's not.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We'll bear that in mind when we're commentating on him next year. He doesn't have any more games this year, so yeah. So that's been wonderful. Thanks a lot for your time. But before you go, I do have a.
David Grant for his production.
So, I don't know if you guys have watched much of this nonsense before, but at the end of the guest segment, I tend to run a little quiz. And I try to vary it from week to week. So this week, what I've done is I've canvassed some of your playing leadership group and asked them just 5 quick questions on the various members of the team that would fit a description. So, you know, who's the most generous and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've given me some answers. And so I'm going to run those 5 questions past you, and I'm going to get you guys to give me your answers, and we'll just see if they match. You get a point for everyone that matches. If you get more than 3 points, you're winners. Well, you're already winners anyway. You're champions, in fact, but you're winners in the big quiz for the night. So we won't put a timer on this because there only is 5 of them, but we'll try and get through them fairly quickly. Are you ready, girls?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay, so we canvassed Sturt Lions women's leadership group, and we asked them, who's the loudest member of your team? What do you think they said? Why are you whispering?
You can speak out loud.
Why are you whispering?
Okay, it could be me.
Loudest team member.
I'd take
It's Rose, Izzy B, or you.
Rose.
Oh, they said Anika Taka.
Oh no, it's really stupid. What have I done to
Sorry,
deserve
Rose.
this?
I don't know what I've done. Okay. Yeah.
So you don't get a point for that one. Here's your second one. Are you ready? Which member of the squad or the team is always late?
Oh, Izzy Connors.
Izzy Connors.
Done.
Oh, you got that one straight away. That's correct. You got a point for that one. Well done. I'll just mark that one off as correct. Okay, the next one. Now, they actually gave me 2 answers for this one. If you give me any one of those, you'll get a point. If you give me both, I'll give you a bonus point. You get 3 points for it. Which member of the team would still be out dancing at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Georgia or you?
Georgia or Anika?
I say Anika because they're going to stitch me up, or
Georgia or Anika?
or Georgia, yeah.
Well, they told me Izzy Barchiesi or Charlotte Clark.
Oh, okay, yeah, it could be Izzy B. It
We're
could be.
stupid.
It is Izzy B. Yeah, no, it's
Izzy
just
B.
Izzy. Yeah,
She sounds like a rapper.
She is.
Yeah,
She is.
Okay. The next one, question 4. We asked your leadership group, who's the messiest member of your team? What do you think they said, or who do you think they said?
We're so oblivious to everyone around us, Anika.
Oh, Jazz.
Yeah. Jazz Styles.
Oh, they said Georgia Oliver.
Oh, what? Who is doing these questions?
Yeah, nah, someone's got.
You might have to go and speak to your leadership group about this. Here's your last one. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who is the most organised member of your squad?
Who is it? Who's the most organised? Is it Izzy? No. It can't be Izzy.
Louise.
She's the oldest. She's got that. She's got that dog in her.
Louise, Brooke, or Sava? Brooke?
Yeah, we got it.
Louise.
Yes. Well done. You did. Yes, you did. You got it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Louise will be happy to know that you said she's the most oldest member of our group. She'll be delighted with that.
Sorry, Louise, my centre back. Sorry, if you're watching this, Louise, I'm sorry. You're the best.
That concludes the little quiz at the end. You didn't do as well as I was hoping or expecting. You got 3 wrong and 2 right. But just before you go, a little shout out to Rose Elston. I coached her when she was a little one, and one of the reasons she's the greatest player in that squad is partly due to my coaching, I think. So a shout out to Rose Elston.
I believe you. She's a baller.
Thank you for that, David. And thank you to the both of you for joining us for this. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Congratulations once again on the promotion. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in the WMPL next year. Good luck for all the best. And thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you guys. You guys
Thank you so much for having us
such
on
nice
here.
people, and I would love to be back.
Because I just enjoyed this so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Well, maybe we have to get you
Anytime.
back when you're in the WMPL. We have to get you back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lock it in.
Absolutely.
Done.
Thank you both again. Great fun.
They
I just
were
have to
great.
say, how infectious are they?
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Like in such a good way. It's like such a bundle of energy, but so infectious. Like you're like,
So enthusiastic. Oh, they were great.
Oh,
Tell you what, it'd be-
how good. All right,
We've
we'll
got a
go
big
on.
fan base as well because you can see we've got like 50 live viewers now. So.
There's plenty watching tonight, so I hope all those watching enjoyed that because we sure did. All right, we'll go on to the results from this past weekend, starting in the State League 2, the first leg of the final series, which we didn't realise was the first leg until mid last week because we're still quite unfamiliar with the State League 2 finals format.
But it's such a simple format.
It's so simple. I had to explain it to David on the phone about an hour ago, and he still didn't get it. So the first
I still
leg,
don't get it.
the first leg matches going as follows: Seaford hosting Mowbray Vista 1-0 to the home side there. Western Strikers defeating Salisbury Inter 4-2, and Elizabeth Downs and Garn United 1-1 in that fixture. Alessio, I mean, it's still a tough time. Really?
Yeah. I'll go through the ones that I think there's one maybe David or Mark would like to talk about, but talking about the other ones, for Western Strikers, they're just scoring goals for fun. Some big name scorers in the final series, Louis DeTroy with a double, and then the State League 2 South top scorer, Matthias Sonpilos, I think his name is, scored late there. It was a pretty even game from all accounts. I mean, I think it was only 2-1 until the later stages, and then a third came from Western Strikers, a second came from Salisbury Inter, and then a fourth in added time for Western Strikers as well. Big scoreline. I guess all the two-leg clashes these days don't have the away goals rule, so it doesn't mean too much. But yeah, a big win to go into the second leg at Salisbury Inter's home ground, which again is grass, and it's always a tough place to go. So I think that one would be an interesting second leg. The other games, Garn and Elizabeth Downs, a 1-1 draw there. Some players coming back for Garn now as well. I saw on the bench was T-Boy Kamara, and they had CJ Dadsey come back this week as well. So they're getting some players back from injury after the last couple of games of the season, and it's a good lead to come into their home game now against Elizabeth Downs, where it's a very tough place to go, Ferryden Park. So if they can pull off another scalp there, which they have a lot of the season, then they can go a long way. But for Downs, it's probably not a result you'd want at home. I'll leave the other one to you guys.
Well, Mark, Seaford 1-0 at home to Mowbray Vista, the 2 third-place teams, and of course the winner of this one, as I found out an hour ago, plays Vipers in 2 weeks' time, because Vipers have had so many weeks off now.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for Vipers. I really feel for them in that fact because they don't get to play games. But yeah, look, Seaford getting the result at home. A Liam Knight goal in the 38th minute was enough to take the win in the first half of the two legs. Oh, geez.
They're going to bring in a third leg over the next few years, I reckon.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's going to be the best of three soon. So
I'll be like the NBA.
I was going to say it's going to be an NBA series. Yeah, exactly.
Best of 17.
Vista, obviously, they'll take a lot of positives going into it. It's only 1-0. They go to their home ground, and obviously we know how good they are at home. They'll certainly want to be getting the win. Obviously, they had a tough break in the finals last year, so they'll certainly be wanting to turn that around. But yeah, I think that game, it's only 1-0. It could go either way, that one. So it should be a very exciting game.
While we're talking about it, might as well. Next week, the fixtures: Salisbury Inter at home against Western Strikers Saturday at 3, Garn at home to Elizabeth Downs at 5 on Saturday, and then Morbury Vista at home to Seaford at 5:15. Of course, we'll go through predictions later. David?
So what happens if they're level? We don't do away goals anymore, do we?
It'll be extra time and
penalties.
Yeah, the one normal thing that remains.
It'd be interesting, though, for Morbury Vista because there's a lot of pressure on them now. They've had 3-1 off games where they couldn't get past the post in that, and now they've got 2 legs to deal with. So if they're going to go the hard way, then that should be the way for them. Otherwise, they've had both ends of the stick. So
yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of Morbury Vista, unfortunately, in the WNPL WSL playoff, Adelaide City getting a 2-1 win over Morbury Vista, which means, and David, I'll go to you on this as I play the goals over the top. First ever time we've had a double promotion / double relegation, but so unfortunate for Morbury Vista. They've been a part of this promotion playoff so many times as the WSL team and lost. And at the first time being the WNPL team and technically the favourites, unable to get past Adelaide City.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the cruel nature of the way this, the way that this is played out, you know. But ultimately, it was. I went down and watched this. Actually, unfortunately, it was on at the same time as the WNPL game across the way. But I guess I maybe had more interest in this because it was a final, if you like. Natalie Francis opened the scoring, as we saw just before, in the 22nd minute. Now, she's a player who, as far as I can recall, struggled to make their A team or their first team last year. She's been given a little break this year by Paul Morris, and she's just excelled. I mean, we talked about her earlier on in the season. She scored a wonder goal. I can't remember who it was against. It was at Adelaide City Park. Took the ball at her own half.
Season, I think.
What was that? Was
it earlier in the season?
Earlier this season, yeah. What did I not say that?
No. I was just trying to remember when it was for you.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it was earlier this season. It was at Adelaide City Park. It might have been against Elizabeth Grove, but I'm not certain. She took the ball just inside her own half and went on an amazing run and put the ball away. And she just she's quite a, as you can see, she's quite a diminutive sort of player, but she has the courage of a lion and it's really just really excelled under the guidance of the coaching staff, I think, this year. So she scored in the 22nd minute. And then, of course, Caitlin Williams equalised for Morbury Vista the 75th minute, and then Millie Scott with that free kick that you just saw before. Now, Millie Scott's hands were already punching the air in delight before it hit the back of the net. I was right in line behind that when she struck it. It was just a wonderful free kick, and I think the momentum they got, or the lift they got, Adelaide City, from that goal, after having just conceded, to pull one back within 67 seconds or 70 seconds or whatever it was probably enough just to see them across the line in the end. You get chatting to people and you don't really absorb the game in that kind of environment, but I felt City were probably worth the win in the day. I thought Vista played, I think City played quite deep, which surprised me. I think a lot of the game was played just inside their own half, but they did the job they needed to, and probably over the passage of play the play that I saw over the 90 minutes, I think maybe the better team did win in the end. But it's tough for Vista. Back to the WSL for them, but I think they're the kind of club that have the resolve, if you like, to bounce back from that, and I'm sure that they'll be there or thereabouts this time next year when they're trying to get back up into the WNPL from WSL.
Absolutely, and I was thinking about this during the week just before we move into State League One. I've got no clue where the table in the WNPL could end up next year with these teams. I think Sturt and Adelaide City so strong coming up from the WSL. And even the teams nearer the bottom of the table this year that didn't go down are still strong within the league itself. I think come next year, it's going to be extremely tight and quite exciting.
A bit probably depends on off-season recruiting. I mean, it is a big step up, and I think possibly one thing that maybe would have worked against Adelaide City at the weekend was that they've spent the year playing against WSL level sides, with the exception of maybe Sturt, maybe Jaguars, I'm not sure. Whereas Vista have been playing the whole season against WNPL level teams, including the likes of West Adelaide and so on. So I think a lot of people going into this, or before it started, felt that Vista might come out better just because of that, because they were too closely matched to separate. Really, I mean, I can't remember what our thoughts were last week, but
well, you saw Vista were a team that only a few weeks ago drew to Salisbury Inter, who have now made the grand final.
Yeah.
That's how tight it was, and it's really come down to them losing to Metro over both of those two fixtures.
Yeah, it came down to like the last game of the season where they got overtaken almost into being forced into that spot. So it just shows you how tight it was.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll go on to the State League 1 elimination finals. Adelaide Olympic at home defeating Adelaide Atletico 3-1, ending that fairy tale. And Fulham United 2-3 losing to Adelaide Blue Eagles. Will start on the Friday night, Alessio, at L3 Football Stadium. Again, Atletico sort of snuck into finals. They've sort of snuck up the league over the past year or so, but it was to come to an end on Friday.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game, covered fantastically well as well by Anton and Simon. I thought it was, great atmosphere, as they have been providing for a lot of games in the last couple of weeks as well, Adelaide Olympic. It's good to see they're really involving their juniors. I think I saw they had some videos from their ground. I think they have safe smoke behind the goals as well at the home end. They really provided all the attacking threat that you would expect. When I watched them the week before, they really didn't do much in the attacking third, and probably had all the possession for not much cause. But in season best form, Jordan Pudler with a double. And then I forgot who scored the third goal, but he'd scored the... Who's that?
Pudler got 2 and Kitsambas got 1, didn't he?
Oh, Kitsambas, yeah. So Kitsambas got the second, which was... Oh, the first, sorry, because it's in the reverse order. But the first, which is a fantastic header, and matched by that was this header by Sebastian Rapuano, which was unbelievable. I mean, I was watching it at home, and my parents said, "Oh, no way you expected that to go in the top corner. The keeper's not expecting that one." And I was like, "He aimed it. That's a great header. He just put it in behind him, and it's just too much for the keeper to get to." But he's been a great captain, a young captain as well. Obviously, following his coach there, Andrew Shaw from Seaford, where he was one of the leading players as well. And he's had a quite good season in the State League 1 this year. For Olympic, though, they were without the star man, Ali Akil. I was pretty disappointed not to see him out there. His only game all season he hasn't started was this one due to sickness, and he couldn't come on either. A bit of controversy with this last one. Apparently,
I think, to be honest, they were both, the two penalties were quite silly penalties to give away in the first place, in my opinion.
I'd agree, yeah.
Are you talking about the fact that it should have been a red, Alessio, or...?
No, I agree that it wasn't a red.
I was going to say, because I thought it was a yellow all the way. It wasn't a goal score. It was a goal scoring opportunity, but the ball wasn't going in. So.
It wasn't on target. It was that's what I mean. It was unnecessary for him to save the ball because it wasn't going in. And then the first penalty was I think it was just a silly challenge and just very late.
Yeah, but all props to Adelaide Olympic. They've really been showing out the last couple of weeks. They got a really tough 2-leg fixture against Modbury Jets, who have so many players who played NPL, have scored so many goals this season. But I think if they can get a decent lead in their home fixture against them, then they'll have a good chance of getting through.
Mark, to you at the wonderful windy West Beach on Saturday. First of all, how was the experience? It's not a place we get to go to at all very often, really, anymore.
There's a reason for that. But to be honest, it wasn't actually too windy. The rain stayed away. It actually wasn't overly windy, but the mozzies were an absolute nightmare.
I did feel like I remember hearing something either on commentary or I saw a message about it.
Benny Dale was with me on the comms, and he was not happy about the mosquitoes. But look, to be honest, it was really a game of two halves. I mean, Blue Eagles got out early, a great header from Cacciavellani, as you'd expect, but you can't give him that kind of space in the box. I mean, no offense to Fulham, but that's just not on, to be honest. And then Park scored an absolute cracker, second goal, getting the ball wide, and they found him in some space, and he just unleashed inside the box and finished quite high into the roof of the net, which was, like I said, really good finish. And then Vanillo, who I thought was actually, played very well, Vanillo, throughout. He scored to make it 3-0 just inside the second half. And at that stage, I thought it was, to be honest, it was going to be done and dusted. But after that, Fulham decided that it was their turn to actually start playing. And young Riley Unger, he got 2 back. The first one was a really good left foot volley. And then the second was actually a really good finish as well across the keeper. So, and then after that, it was all Fulham. They were just pushing, pressing, and Blue Eagles in the end just managed to hold on and get the win. To be honest, but it was, it was quite a good game to watch as well. Both teams certainly didn't hold back, and they both tried to play. I thought the halftime substitutions for Fulham were quite impressive. They brought Miniyuki on. And amongst others, they made I think double change at halftime, a triple change at halftime. Fusco came off, their leading goal scorer, but they brought on Muniyuki, Filso, and Caruso. Like I said, I thought they all had a really good part to play in that game. And then they brought on, I thought he might have come on a little bit earlier, was Ikonomopoulos. Lucas, he scored, I think it was 8 in his first 9 games of the season. Then he got injured. So I thought they might have brought him on a little bit earlier. He came on about the hour mark and caused a few issues. But again, Blue Eagles had done enough by that stage and just managed to hold out. So it'll be, I think I'm not sure who they've got next, but it's going to be a tough game for both. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Blue Eagles to get over Raiders. I think Raiders are the standout team, so I think Blue Eagles will struggle. But hey, what do I know?
Big chance at the end for Blue Eagles as well to equalise. I mean, for
Fulham
to equalise, to make it 3-3 the last kick of the game.
Yeah,
felt pretty sad for them. But there you go, David.
Yeah, I was just sorry. On you finish.
I didn't have much more, but I was just going to say it's going to be interesting for a couple of these teams because both Fulham and Blue Eagles are almost nearing the end of the cycle with this current group. You see if some of them will move on, especially for Blue Eagles side of things. They're an older group that has stayed together for a while. Off of this Fulham one, they've had a lot of younger players that have played first team for a while now that might be looking at trying to step up to the NPL. So, and maybe with their coach as well, we're not sure. So, it'll be interesting to see how many of them stay along.
It will be. I was just going to say as well, talking of the younger and old players, they did bring on Evan Kunavelis late in the game. And it was funny because I remember playing against him when I was playing.
He's about 40 now, isn't he?
He's 38, yeah. And
I was joking, is that right?
No, he's 38. And he came on and there was one stage, I have to give him a shout out because there was one stage he'd got down the wing and he'd beat 2 players. And I tell you what, he rolled back the years, and he sent both of the players for hot dogs. Seriously, they were. I don't even know where they were. Seriously, they just disappeared all of a sudden, and he just walked past them. But one of them was a beautiful little nutmeg in that, and I was like, mate, that was a Kunavelis I remember when I played, and he just rolled back the years, and I was like, mate, that was just class.
You just got down to the corner flags like
What were you going to say, David?
Oh, I was just going to congratulate Adelaide Blue Eagles on having the best font on the backs of their shirt. Fulham not far behind, but Adelaide Blue Eagles, best font of the year. Nice big numbers. Nice big numbers, contrasting colour. Absolute pleasure to commentate on them when I did this year. So awesome. Well done. Font of the year.
You can tell it's late in the season when we're getting to font chat.
Yeah, probably one of the games with probably all 5 goals could be up for goal of the week. I mean, they're all pretty great.
Yeah, they were all good goals. I just wanted to say one thing on the Olympic Atletico game. The how many positives come out for Adelaide Atletico. Yes, they lost in their finals game, but when you consider where they were, they've got promoted last year to make finals, their first year in State League One. I tell you what an achievement that is for the club. And I tell you what, if they continue that path, they're going to be NPL in the next couple of years, I think, if they continue on the current path that they're on.
Absolutely. Very much looking forward to seeing, I guess, how the story of that club will develop over the coming years as well. On to the WNPL, West Torrens Burkalla defeating Campbelltown City 4-1 to end their campaign. And West Adelaide defeated 1-0 by Salisbury Inter, putting Salisbury Inter into another grand final, and West Adelaide having to fight for the right to enter one against Burkalla this coming weekend. Alessio, starting with you and the Burkalla and Campbelltown game. I think all but one of us, I think David was the one that predicted Burkalla to win this one. The rest of us all thought it was going to be Campbelltown. I guess the overall thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I was very surprised, and I have been for the few times I've watched Burkalla this season. I know how impressive Campbelltown are, how good their group has been for most of the season, but I felt like they were very predictable on the day. From what I could tell, they were playing a diamond midfield with 2 strikers, and probably all 6 of those players interchanged throughout the whole day because they had a lot of central, tall, big, imposing players, but they had to leave the fullbacks in Doman and Kafari to do all the other work on the wings. Where for Burkalla, they were very, very set up in their formation. We saw that in the cup final, defensively good. And then moving forward, they had players coming from everywhere. Sarah Chappell playing an unfamiliar number 9 role. She was fantastic. I thought Alice McCauley, a centre-back on set pieces, she was incredible. And yeah, for Burkalla, I think this is just a culmination of what their coaches have put together this season in the last couple of years as well. Haven't had a lot of finals experience besides 2024. So to see them dismantle Campbelltown with such ease on that game, I thought, yeah, it's a very, very interesting team. I'd love to see them in a grand final, to be honest, against Salisbury Inter, because I just think they have a lot to come from everywhere. And I believe...
Geez, you've just lost a friend, Alessio.
Many friends.
Several probably.
But I just
and you've
think
also
that they've
gained
been
many.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen them been working towards this for a while, and you don't often see a lot of teams competing with those top teams. But Burkalla, this was their first win against, I think, a top 3 team all season. And I think the form they're coming into this clash with, beating Campbelltown, who hadn't lost since May. I think that they got a lot of form coming into this compared to West Adelaide. And I think the way they set up, they can really just make everyone struggle.
Very much looking forward. David, I know you probably didn't see too much of the game, but you were at the venue. But still, West Adelaide defeated 1-0 by a Sol Cote Rojas goal in their final.
Yeah, look, I was flitting between that game and the WSL, WNPL playoff, but I did see a little bit of it. I saw the start of the second half, by which time Cote Rojas had already scored her goal. That came in the 27th minute. The other, I suppose, event in the afternoon was Zoe Jackson, 2 yellow cards for her for Inter. So she left the field somewhat early. I couldn't really give you much more information than that. I didn't watch much of it, saw sort of 15, 20 minutes of it. Probably saw more of the Campbelltown game beforehand. But a big win and arguably a big upset for Salisbury Inter as they now book their place in the final. You know, it's the elephant in the room, of course, other than Anna Pritchard scoring another own goal. Is it too soon to mention that? Is that West Adelaide have faltered again in a knockout, sudden death sort of situation, if you like. I mean, how do you pick a winner between West Adelaide and West Torrens Burkalla next week? I just don't know how you do that. But Inter they'll have a bunch of confidence from that game. A 1-0 win against the West Adelaide side. That's only the second loss, I think, for West Adelaide this year, isn't it? They lost to Campbelltown earlier on, and then they've lost this one.
Yeah.
So a big job for West Adelaide to bounce back from that. They're certainly capable, but a huge boost for Salisbury Inter, who now have a week off, I think, don't they? Well, this other games.
They will now.
I think that's a massive disadvantage, that week off. I think it really has the potential to really set you back.
Even looking at West Adelaide themselves having a week off too for this game.
Yeah. Well, that's it. West Adelaide had the week off, came back, and then lost this one. And it was interesting. I was talking to Johnny on his show the other week, and he was talking about it's good to get a week off. I said I just think as a coach, not that I was coached extensively, but when I was a coach, I would just have dreaded having a week off. I think, you have that week off, you maybe lose a little bit of momentum, you lose a little bit of your well, not your mojo, but the breaks. I don't think the break's good. Yeah, I think it's a bad
And again,
thing.
this is West Adelaide, who came off a double digits win and then didn't get to play another match for, or actually, I believe they played a trial, a catch-up game, a scratch match essentially during that week off. But a competitive game is what they're looking for, Mark.
It's massive that week off. I remember when I played in it, and it's amazing how players say, "Oh, it's great to have the week off. We can recover and all that sort of stuff." But to be honest, more times than not, it's actually a hindrance because you're not playing competitive game. I find it's easier just to continue through. Like it's so I don't like the week off.
Times where you might have a bye and then you've got a cup round, but you're out the cup, so you might have 3 weeks off in those kind of situations. We would always get battered the first week back, and I do wonder, just to go back to State League 2, I do wonder how the loser of that final from 2 Fridays ago is going to manage. I mean, look at Modbury Vista last year. I think that probably contributed to their difficulties. Sorry to deviate from the WNPL, but I think the week off. The summary is the week off. I don't think it's a good thing, and it'll be interesting to see how West Adelaide go.
Well, I was just going to add one more point, sorry, David, onto the finals conversation of the WNPL before we move on to the men's elimination finals. Is there the conversation perhaps to be had as well? Either you either add and make it a top 6 and you go towards the A-League / NPL finals model in which you have where the top 2 still get that week off and then you play the 2 legs. But then also the WNPL still aren't playing finals games at home. And you look at the top 5 for the finals this year. West Adelaide have a home ground. Inter play at Service FM as their home ground. Burkalla have a home ground. Comets have a home ground. Campbelltown have a home ground. This hasn't been the case in the past, obviously, when they used to, all the teams played at the parks, all games played on a Friday. But I do wonder if there is sort of that conversation where you start, maybe you do add an extra final spot and you actually start giving teams such as Salisbury Inter and West Adelaide a home advantage as such. I don't know what you think of that, Mark.
The home advantage is always a good thing. But in saying that, I think West Adelaide, because they play on an artificial, then they have to go to the grass for the finals. It could be a bit of a hindrance because obviously we all know it plays differently. Alessio, you've played on both. It plays massively differently. Like the bounce is different, the hold up plays different. And so like Campbelltown, for example, they play on the artificials as well. So it's and Berks, they all having to go from artificial to play finals on grass. Grass is for me is always better, but when you play all your home games, yeah, exactly. So I don't understand why they have to play them. Like, why can't they play them at home? It's a final series. Why can't they get home ground advantage until the final?
A few years ago, it was the case where not many teams had did play at a home ground, but that's not it now.
No, most of them have got a home pitch, so they've got a home ground that's capable of hosting finals. So I'd like to see them get their home ground advantages, to be honest. And David, I'm glad you said about the elephant in the room in the fact that West Adelaide lost again, and it wasn't me because I get hammered every time I say that. So thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries, pal.
We'll go on to the men's NPL elimination finals. Playford in their first ever home final, defeating FK Beograd 3-0 and Metro Stars 2-0 winners over Croydon FC. I was at Playford and FK Beograd. And really the main thing of it all was it probably wasn't a 3-0 game. I think, and me and Theo both said it constantly throughout the whole of the commentary, is that Playford are such a defensively solid team that put their bodies on the line any single time that ball comes towards goal. I think there was one time, I don't remember who it was, but there was a defender who collided with the post, got straight back up, but it was a goal line clearance essentially for it. There were so many chances where they hit the post, and again, we even said it, it's like there was a force field around Luke Ospey's goal. It was quite incredible. Going forward as well, they seem to have clicked. The second half of the season, which Playford have had, is probably been their worst half. They started the season brilliantly, sort of that period where they did have that draw with Burkalla as well, and they were sort of amongst those title contenders. And in the second half, just dropping a few points against bigger sides in the league. But they look great on Saturday. Beograd just that bit off it. Probably wasn't a 3-0, yeah, probably maybe a 3-2. Playford still very much deserved to win. That Dan Ryan goal, the pick of the bunch that afternoon as well, was a great finish from that man. But I'm really looking forward to see how Playford and Adelaide City manage over 2 legs for the next 2 weeks. I think it'll be a fascinating affair between those two. and really, really looking forward to it. And yeah, it was a great crowd as well at Ramsey Park, and good to see you've not really bothered to put on the attire, but you've just put it on top, David.
Well, we don't take sides at this show, so I'm just saying that Albie, I need a slightly bigger size. I can't wear it; it's too wee. So if you're listening, Albie, just a slightly bigger size, and I'll wear it. But I can't. You've given me one that's too wee.
David, to your game on the Friday night at TK Shuttle Reserve, the grand final rematch, Metro getting their revenge finally.
Yes, so this game finished 2-0. The Donati and Neon Kuru show kicked off at 10 minutes into the match, and he scored again in the 29th minute, but he really was the player of the night. A little slip up there by Freddie Muller, who I've seen Freddie Muller play a few times this year, and he's been, I think I've picked him as best on ground for our little team of the week on a few occasions, but he had a little slip there, and he let Neon Kuru in with a sniff, and Neon Kuru took full advantage. So that was 1-0 after 10 minutes, and then a little bit of work up the right hand side here from Chittadini, setting Neon Kuru up again with his left foot, and he struck that past the diving arms or hands, should I say, of Daniel Margouche and made it 2-0. His second half was a little bit quieter, if I'm honest. I think his first half was just explosive, and in fact, he was substituted probably about sort of 20 minutes to go or so. Look, I think the better team won on the night. The game wasn't like a classic or anything like that. Metro Stars, I felt, controlled. Well, I was going to say they controlled the midfield, but they probably controlled across the park. They played very well. They defended very well. Their midfield were the better of the two, I think. And Neon Kuru up front was lethal when he had the chances. But having said that, if I had to pick a best on ground, I would honestly give it to Daniel Margouche, the goalkeeper for Croydon. You don't normally pick the goalkeeper in the side that's been beaten 2-0, but if it hadn't been for him, it would have been 4 or 5. No, he was absolutely superb. He pulled off save after save in the last sort of 20 minutes, 72nd minute, 74th minute, and I've got my notes somewhere, but Margouche was just absolutely on fire. But they'll be disappointed, Croydon, but I think coming into this, they hadn't won any of their previous 5 league games coming into finals, and they were undone by the better team on the night, and Metro Stars march on. They play, who they play next? Westerners McCullough.
Yes.
So season done for Croydon.
Yeah. I'm going to say next. Oh, yes. Margouche, very much the difference. It could have been a lot more, if not for him that night as well. Looking forward to the 2 legs over the next few weeks. That's all the results having gone through. Upcoming this week, first of all, Alessio, how did our predictions go last week?
Yeah, some quite good ones. David did pick 8 winners, so I believe that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well done, sir.
2 winners he missed out on. That was Western Strikers in State League 2, and he had a draw for Garn and Downs. But
that was right.
There was some perfect.
They drew, didn't they?
No, that was a draw. He didn't have a draw.
Okay.
And then, but some perfect 4-pointers as well. Seb with a 4-pointer for Metro versus Croydon, being 2-0 in 90 minutes. And Mark getting a 4-pointer for
the women's WSL.
Yes, that is correct. The women's WSL 2-1 Adelaide City in 90 minutes. So little points around the grounds. David with 8, Seb with 8, Mark with 8, and myself with 4.
Wow. All right, we'll go on to the upcoming fixtures. As I mentioned, the State League 2, Inter and Western Strikers at Salisbury. Inter Strikers 4-2 up on aggregate on Saturday, as is Garn United and Elizabeth Downs 1-1 there. And Mowbray Vista Seaford 1-0 up on aggregate going into the second leg this weekend. I don't remember which one we did last week. Let's do Vista versus Seaford for our prediction, a game in which Seaford are leading at half-time, if we are to call it that. Vista at home for the second leg. What are we thinking? Mark, I'll start with you as you had the big sigh to think about.
Oh, thanks, mate. I'm going a 1-1 draw in 90.
So you're saying Seaford win the tie overall?
Yeah.
Okay. David?
I'll go for Vista to win 2-0 at home.
Okay, so you're having Vista to win the tie completely. Alessio, for you?
I'm going to have 3-2 Seaford
So that would be 4-2 on aggregate for Seaford. I forget how hard it is to do these predictions when we get to aggregate scorelines and figure out. I'm going to go Vista 3-1 in 90 at home and them to also go through. State League 1, first leg between Adelaide Olympic and Modbury Jets. At Adelaide Olympic, I'm going to go for a 2-1 scoreline. These games all, of course, in 90 minutes.
Who's the, sorry, Olympic and who?
Modbury Jets.
And who are you going for, Seb? 2-1 to who?
2-1 Olympic. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Put your listening ears on.
I thought you just said 2-1. I didn't hear you say you were going for Olympic 2-1. You said it was at Olympic and you were going 2-1.
Sorry. Who's next?
I'll go
2-1 Modbury.
2-0.
Oh, everyone at once. 2-0 for David. For who, sorry?
Olympic.
Modbury.
Olympic. And then, Alessio, you were Modbury. What scoreline?
2-1.
Mark?
I'll go Olympic 1-0.
1-0 in the first leg. So 3-1. Alessio, the only one going for Jets in that one. The WNPL, I think it's the qualifying final, if that's what the correct term is. Either way, whoever wins goes to the grand final between West Adelaide and West Torrens Berkala. How fun. Who goes through to play Salisbury Inter? Alessio, you go first because you've already made your side known.
3-2 West Torrens Berkala in 90.
Okay. Mark?
Oh, I thought you were going to go David first. All right. I picked them to make finals against everyone else's odds this year.
Mm-hmm.
I should have backed them last week, and I didn't. So I'm going to back Berkala. Sorry, Tills and West Adelaide. But I'm going to go Berkala 2-1 in 90.
David?
In saying that, they haven't beaten West Adelaide all year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go against the flow. I'll go for West Adelaide to win 2-0.
I'm going to go after 120, West Adelaide to win 2-1 after extra time. So we're all even between that fixture. Finally, Playford versus Adelaide City. The first leg at home at Ramsey Park, 3 p.m. on Saturday, as it is the WMPL match at Service FM Stadium. Playford versus Adelaide City. I think this is going to end in a 1-1 draw.
2-0 Adelaide City.
First leg of a two-legged playoff is be very cautious. Adelaide City probably won't concede, and Playford might not concede. 0-0.
Oh, and I wonder who's on this game.
I was going to go for a 0-0 draw as well.
I wonder who's on both legs, and it's going to go to 0-0 after, 3 hours of football and go to penalties.
I was going to go 0-0 as well, David.
Penalties.
So I'm going 0-0 as well.
Oh,
so.
Good fun.
And
all right.
just before you close off, Seb,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleading the Fifth Amendment. That's the right to avoid prosecution for myself for the game I'm commentating on. I will not be tipping that one this week at all.
So
I
no
don't
points.
think it's appropriate. I think it's a conflict of interest. So when we do that one later, if it comes up with a null result in there for my tip, it's because I'm not tipping on that one.
No wonder.
Or it could
you
be,
don't win the tipping competition.
predicting the rescheduled games.
I'm not on any game, so I'll tip on all of them. So just because I can this time.
All right, that's us done for another week. Anything else from the three of you before we finish off?
Oh, it's good that we finished
unless
early.
you can go first, I'll go next.
The scheduling's been kind to a few fixtures this weekend, so no excuses not to get out to a couple of the games. There's 3 p.m., 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. fixtures, so
And a Friday.
make your way to them. And a Friday, yep, of course. So get as many of them as you can. It's going to be bigger and better in final series, even though it's the first leg. it's going to be massive. This is the last finals game your club can host pretty much until next season. So you want to get out to them.
Mark, David?
I just wanted to say congratulations to all the teams that have made finals to start with, all the teams that have managed to get through the first round or second rounds or first legs. They've done fantastically well this year. And I know that we tip just for, and we do it for a bit of fun and a bit of content. But I do wish, obviously, every team the best. That we don't obviously want to see losers. Teams lose, but we like I said, we do it for a bit of fun. So don't hold it against us. But we do want every team to do well, because the better the teams do well, it promotes our game bigger and better. And so that's where I'm at. So yeah, like I said, we do it for a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun, but I do want to, like, the better everyone plays, the better everyone does, the better our sport becomes, better our coverage becomes, and it has a real knock-on flow-on effect for everyone. So I hope all the teams do well, and every game is actually is really good game to watch, and especially for neutrals that might not know much about the game, that might be just starting to get into the game. So that's just that's my thoughts.
Absolutely well put. David?
I saw a lot of Omero Gosti and Joey Rikiki over the weekend for some reason. They just seemed to be at the games I was at. So a little nod to them. I spent more time with those two this weekend than I did my wife, which actually, that's not a bad thing, is it? That's a good thing. So
David, you sleep on the couch tonight?
Again. Good luck to those two. They're hanging up the coaching boots or whatever the term is, and so I just wanted to give a little nod to them. They were really helpful and supportive of us when we were visiting and trying to promote Campbelltown when they first came up last year. So good luck to them, and it'd be nice to have a little break from you. Hope I don't see you this weekend.
Hanging up the clipboard might be the term for that.
That'd be it.
Yes, finally, where are we all this weekend? I am at Playford in Adelaide City, obviously, because it's going to end 0-0. Just after your rousing speech, Mark, about these games are going to be great. Of course, you said the 0-0.
But you can. Hey, I've seen some of the best games I've ever seen have been 0-0 draws. To be fair, so.
Alessio?
I'm at Adelaide Blue Eagles and Croatia Raiders at Martin.
I'm back at TTK Shutter Reserve.
Very exciting. Unfortunately, Mark unavailable. Won't get to hear.
I am unavailable. I have a very good reason why. A shout out to a great mate of mine, James Coley, chairman of Port Pirates. It's his 40th this weekend, so I will be attending that 40th birthday party, dressed in my 1920s outfits, whatever that may be. So we will see.
That's just going through your regular wardrobe for that. We'll end the show.
Because I was born in the 20s, so that's all good.
Yeah, exactly. We'll end the show there for another week. Thank you, three, as always. Thank you to our guests as well. It was great having them on earlier. Really good fun. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday, I believe. If not, you'll find out through our socials. Make sure to follow us there as well. Not too long until the end of the season. Looking forward to the rest of these finals and, of course, these first legs and elimination in the case of the WMPL. But until next week, we'll see you then. Enjoy the football. See you around.
Yeah.
And we look like we're heading to extra time, but there's still 5 minutes to play here, Mark. And by all means, there could be more chances. Still in the box, and it's another goal! And it's Andre Cole, the hero for Croydon! We thought it was over, but it's not over, and Croydon look like they're going to go all the way to the win.
We can't say that now. Here goes Yuki Sasaki into the area. Penagaris, Chrissy Penagaris. Adelaide Comets have taken the lead.
Falcon there, but it leaves Owen Windsor. And a third for Metro Stars.
Here's Emma Ryan. She's not one of them because she's from Darwin. The shot from DeCola. Lily DeCola scores in the cup final again and wins it for West Adelaide.
As the ball cuts back here to Odenwalder. And James Odenwalder scores. He makes it 2-0 for West Adelaide on the day.
I bet he was going to be Travella if he puts one in. He goes himself instead. And it's still Soy Sakani. It's unbelievable, David, as well. And that one is definitely going to be credited to him.
Will have to be chased down by Rapuano. He'll put in a cross of his own. Hobbs wasn't able to capture it. It's in. It's not the one that seals out the Atletico promotion.
I got the skills to make the girls sing, and the geezers too. Yeah, we're doing this thing.